We are back. Open up with Don Clark, Tina Miller,
Yes.
and greetings to all of our viewers in the
Yes.
19 countries where we have you. Oh, my
look
gosh,
at
look
that.
at this. I've always wanted a convertible, and there it is. There it is. I'm telling my wife it is so fulfilling to just drive around town with the top down. I'm so enjoying
I think
that.
we ought to ride in the parade in that, Don.
Okay, you got it.
Okay.
All right, we have a very special guest, and Tina's the one to tell you about her.
We have our She Power ambassador back with us. And we're going to be talking about mentorship.
Yes,
Correct?
yes.
And so we've seen some of it here already on the show.
Wasn't that amazing?
Your darling
Yes.
son, Kadar,
Oh,
there. What
yes,
a great
he's so
kid.
adorable.
Thank you. For the most part, yes, he's a good
Yes,
kid.
yes.
For the
Proud
most
of him.
part.
Now, is
Yes.
he the young? You have two, right?
He's the oldest.
He's the oldest?
He's
one?
14, and I have a 9-year-old
Oh.
who would just steal your heart.
Yeah, this one is so adorable,
Thank
too.
you.
That little
Well, you
face.
stole our hearts.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And, of course, all these darling
Just
young
amazing young men and just
Yes.
respectful. And I have to tell you, I was a little bit unsure, and I let Coach V know my reservations because we really have put a lot of work into developing Kadar's basketball career. And so I was a little hesitant because she was a parent coach. And sometimes, that daddy ball or that mommy ball, just, I saw it before and I just, I don't know. But I was so impressed with her. She coached,
Yes.
a very fundamental coach, and just her ability to mentor these kids and get them excited about their grades, working together as a team. You didn't see mommy ball, and I was really impressed with her.
Yes, yes.
It was great.
I was, too, with her sitting
yes,
here.
very
Just-
humble.
Yes, and knows what she's doing, confident in what
Yes.
she. And I like what Kadar said, because when he saw her, he knew that she knew what she was doing. So
He went in knowing that she had high standards,
Mm-hmm.
and all the student athletes stepped up to the plate
Mm-hmm.
and met those standards. And that's what we need more of in
Yes,
coaching. We
yes.
don't just need a coach, we need them to also mentor our children because we're entrusting them with you. Give them and feed back into their lives and prepare them for the next step. That's really what sports should be used for at this level.
And I just want to let our viewers know that Kadar's father, your husband, was
Yes.
the assistant basketball coach out at CSUB, California State University.
Yes.
And now he is leading this segment of the program of building life skills.
Isn't that wonderful?
It is.
It is. And I have to tell you, he's coached Kadar for 14 years. Kadar's been playing basketball 14 years. And he's been playing AAU for 12 years. So he considers himself a veteran. And his dad still personally trained him. And I have to share a story. He was in the gym training him a couple of nights ago. And in walk this guy, he's called the shot doctor. He's trained over 40 NBA players. And they pay him in excess of $5,000 a week to come and train. And he gave Kadar an hour workout, and he says, you have something special here. And that's humbling to know when you work so hard, and someone who's seen the best of the best can see your work. I mean, not that we needed that, but it's just like, okay, and that's an area that he needed to develop a little bit more. I said, it's just God looking out for you, son. Be appreciative.
now Kadar is 14. Is he considered short for his age?
Yes.
He's
He's going to be so upset with you, Tina.
Did he play basketball in the womb? I mean, could you hear the dribbling?
Oh yeah, we didn't know, but our birth announcement, it says what it said, the point guard. We didn't know that he was a point guard, but it's almost like we knew that because we would, he would hear games, ESPN, stay on, and it's just so embedded in him. And we have to tell him, no, you're not practicing today. We're taking a day off. They just love it. It's just like being a doctor or a lawyer or whatever craft your children develop early. You try and mentor them and kind of find people that can assist them. Because as parents, we can't do everything for our children.
Yeah.
But we have to be protective.
And speaking of mentoring, talk to us about mentoring.
So as the She Power Ambassador, each week I
Yes.
want to come on and I want to bring tips that will help women to empower themselves or to empower another woman. And it was really amazing the other week you talked about my ambassadors. My mentors up to this point have primarily been men. So I think that was a great point I had not thought about. But so many women have poured into my life. And I started really thinking about that. And one of the reasons research has found that it is very difficult for women to find mentorships or to mentor each other. Would you agree or disagree, Tina?
I really haven't thought about it, but I would think in some cases that can be.
Okay. And so really, it kind of helps you. A mentor is really important, whether it's a man or whether it's a woman, because a couple of things happen. It allows you to develop relationships that you may not be able to develop prior. It also allows you to be able to have another perspective of your life, of your career, whatever your mentor is in charge of.
Yes.
So no matter if you're 14 or if you're 44, I think a mentor is so important.
How much of yourself do you give over to your mentor? How do you yield into their care and advice and follow that advice? Kind of surrender some of your own autonomy and willfulness and say, I'm ready to be coached. Teach me.
You have to know what it is you want to accomplish first, okay? That will also help you to be able to pick a mentor that can line up with what you want to accomplish. You also have to be able to give that mentor feedback on what they're giving you that will help you. Now, there's a difference between a mentor and a sponsor. A mentor kind of more listens and guides you, and a sponsor kind of take the lead of what it is, your career, and put you in position. So with a mentor, in order for you to be able to listen, when they give you advice, this is what I'm working on. For example, I meet with my mentor maybe once every 2 months, kind of go over what I'm working on, or if I have something I'm struggling with, I can pick up the phone and call him. But I don't take advantage of his time, because a lot of times your mentor is someone who's successful in business, so they don't have a lot of time. So the time that you have with them, you have to be very precise and know what it is you want to accomplish for them. That will allow you to be open to learn.
So be specific. Be specific.
Be very specific. Be intentional. Don't just have this relationship because I know you can introduce me to this person and that person and this person. Be intentional. What can I get from it? I'll tell you, I really didn't do a lot of volunteering before this mentor that I have now. And one of the things that he said to me, he said at all times you should be a part of 3 organizations where you're volunteering. I think we talked about that.
Yes.
So I intentionally went out looking for organizations that I can bring something to the table. And boy, when I opened that floodgate, did it open. So now I have to be a little more selective. So then I went back and I said, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm doing. He gave me feedback from that. A couple organizations that I joined, I am no longer a part of because it didn't line up. And by me having a mentor who's been there and done that, I'm able to just kind of alleviate some of the mistakes that we as women make, because a lot of time we just say yes, 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 yes to helping people. And having that mentor give you that feedback, it helped me to just not make as many mistakes as I probably would have had I not had a mentor.
Boy, that's so important, because sometimes we get ourselves involved in various situations and activities, and it's hard to withdraw. It's hard to say, no, this
It
isn't
is.
for me. I've got to move on from this. And you don't want to offend the people that, that are counting on you, but this, you don't have time. This isn't working for you, and you just got to make that cut.
And that cut is difficult sometimes.
We have 3 minutes.
Okay. I would love to hear maybe one of your stories, a tidbit of, I guess, when you had a mentor, how effective was it for you?
I'm sitting here asking myself that question, Arlena, and I'm not sure I can pull up anyone who's really had that role in my life, or maybe I've been too stubborn or proud to allow someone to have that role in my life. When I think of that winning baseball coach, Augie Garrido, where he said the relationship between a coach and a player ought to be as close as the 2 personalities will allow. Well, I'm wondering, has my personality allowed someone to come into my life and do that? So you've got me reflecting here.
That's a great point, because you do have to have that personality. And my current mentor, I contacted him about 6 times before he even agreed to meet with me. I felt that this was the one person that can open doors, that can help me understand, because I was rebranding myself when I came to Bakersfield. And I was like, I just need someone who's been there, done that, to just give me feedback. So I said, if I can just get 30 minutes of your time every 2 months, I'll buy lunch, coffee, or whatever. I just need that time. And it ended up developing to a great relationship. So when you're intentional and you know what it is you want to accomplish, you know which mentor to go after. And they may be successful like you and have never mentored someone. But that time is so valuable. And now I'm able to give them feedback. And as a matter of fact, this Saturday, my mentor has set me up with a meeting with a young man who has built and sold 3 successful marketing companies. I wouldn't have access to that person had I not had a mentor. And this is going to really help me streamline my rebranding. Even though I help people brand themselves, a brander needs a brander. You know? So those are kind of things that can happen with a mentor. And I know we have a lot of great mentorship programs out here. The Bakers for Babes have one where the women go in and mentor young girls. And I think that's great. But sometimes as a grown woman, we still need a mentor to be able to get a different perspective of where we're going.
Arlene, so good to have you. We got 30 seconds.
Yes.
And as we're talking, I'm thinking, I don't know that I've had a mentor, but I've had many role models. People that I've really tried to model myself after in their writing or their speaking or their anchoring or what else. So
Okay. Well, with the last few seconds we have, please contact us on Facebook, Open Up with Dawn and Tina, and let us hear from you. Thank you.
all right. God bless everybody.
And
have
thank
a
you,
great week.
Kadar. Don't be mad at me.